Hello, and a wonderful day to you. Man, I really hope you're having a great day. I know that I am. I was in San Diego, beautiful San Diego, for a solid week with my wife and daughter. I went there and saw my youngest son, Ryan, and his fiance. Had a wonderful time. Got back, relaxed a little yesterday, and hit the ground today. And was checking some things out. Saw this great video that was done by Nagma and Michael. So I posted it to my channel, and you may have seen that. If not, then I certainly recommend you taking a peek at that because it's got some good information in it. Now, after excuse me, after posting that, I saw some questions in the comments that kind of made me think it'd be a good idea to talk a little bit about subscriptions and compensation to kind of go with, Michael's video, right? And as I go through this, please keep in mind that what I say here is my understanding about what I think we can expect as products start to roll out and we start getting further along in the rollout process. Keep in mind too that these are examples of compensation, and when I talk about them, the dollar amounts and the commission rates that I use here, they're made up for this video. They don't reflect any actual amounts used in the on-passive compensation structure. So right off the bat, let's talk a little bit about the new registrations for the founder position that was closed June 22nd of this year. Right now, we've also got what we call pending accounts available for 2020, and these are founder accounts that were registered and never paid for that are available through founder leaders that still have them and are able to transfer them, right? I have some of these available from June 2020. I'm sure there's other leaders that do as well. You can contact them and or you can email me at the address that I'll put in the description box below if you like them or if you need more information. Also, that founder position, right? Like access to OnPassive's digital products, they're all done. Well, now the caveat is if there is cost associated with those products, they're all done through subscriptions. And the founder's position is no different. It is also a subscription. Now, that subscription for founders is a yearly renewable subscription that begins the first day that we actually open publicly. And at that time, renewal for that subscription, the founder's subscription, is going to have a dual renewal consent or dual consent, so to speak. And by that, I just mean that the first consent for renewal is going to be by on passive, right? If we're in good standing, right, founders in good standing, so to speak, then on passive is going to invite us to renew our founder subscription. Now, the second consent is the founder's consent, obviously. So if on passive contacts you and says, hey, would you like to renew? You're going to have to say yes to do it, in which case you can renew if you want to. If you don't, then don't renew it, right? Um, Having said that, let's talk a little bit about how the network is going to get built for us, right? And please keep in mind that there are going to be tons of ways that we're going to be able to earn. And what I'm talking about here now is earning commissions from sales and products that come out of our digital ecosystem. So let's imagine that we've invited someone to a birthday party, perhaps through OConnect. Uh, let's see, our video conferencing platform. Excuse me, 1 minute. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, so we've invited somebody through our video conferencing platform by inviting them via a link in an email. Okay, we just sent them a link in an email. When they click that link, it's going to take them straight to the presentation that they're invited to. Right? Now, to get into it, to enter it, the attendee has got to create a login to enter the OnPassive Business Solution, what we call our OBS, right? And that's where all of our digital products actually reside. So, what, excuse me, once that's done, they come into the event using that ID, that email address, right? And that email address is automatically captured, labeled, and added to our contact list, right? This is to say that they have access to the OBS through us or through you who sent the link. And the AI, the ONPASSIVE AI, has secured that lead for you and placed it in your network for all future activity, right? They haven't bought anything yet. They just signed in, and that sign-in event was captured for you. Now, this is the beginning of the compensation process that's going to capture future commissionable events for us. So maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks, whatever time frame goes by, your customer sees a non-passive product that interests them, right? Maybe they don't want to pay for it yet, but they do want to check it out. So they go and they try to use that link using their email, right? The one they previously used. And OnPassive is going to say, hey, wait a minute. You've already logged in and you've already got an account with us. And they're going to redirect them to that account for that login. And this way, OnPassive's AI is going to always ensure that the resulting commissions from any sales always go to the right sponsor. And that's how we're going to build our team. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. It's going to be a sales network. So let's talk a little bit about the money. Keeping in mind, these are all fictitious amounts. I just threw them in there because you needed to have something to work with. And this is more about showing you how they kind of fit in and how it works rather than how much you're actually going to make. All right. So first of all, let's keep in mind you got to pay for the product before you can sell it. And by pay for it, I mean we need to purchase the product. We need to pay the subscription for it, right? So suppose we get a product, right? We'll call it O Product 1, and it costs us $200 a month, right? Or that's the subscription cost for it. Now, having paid the subscription cost, we now have the right to resell and to earn commissions from the sales of that product. So the first time we sell it, we're going to get the full purchase price. We're going to get $200 paid to us as a commission, which is what we paid for it, right? So since that sale represents a recurring monthly subscription, meaning that we sold it to somebody who's paying for it every month now, right? It's recurring, it's a subscription. Then we won't have to pay the monthly subscription for that product or product 1. It's paid for us. Now, let's say that we have additionally, say, 10 sales of O Product 1 that month, right? So there's a total of 11 sales. You've got the first one, the initial one, um, excuse me, that provided the $200 commission, plus there's 10 additional sales, right? Now, for those 10 additional sales, let's say we're getting 25% in earnings for each one, right? Commissions could be more or less. I mean, this is just an example. So 10 sales at $200 a piece is $2,000. 25% of 2,000 is quarter of that, right? $500. Now, um, there's also going to be additional bonuses and there's revenue shares and stuff like that, but we're not talking about that right now. Excuse me. Now, we've got a $200 product that we sold 11 times, and that's paying for the subscription fee of that product, and it's returned to us $200 for the first sale, $500 in commissions for 10 more sales, and that gives us $700 profit that first month. 500 of that through the 10 additional sales is recurring. It's a monthly residual recurring profit, right? Because every month that gets paid. So that's a recurring $500 a month. So OnPassive releases, say, product 2, right? Oh, product 2. We plug it in, so to speak, to the compensation plan, and we'll say, oh, product 2 is $100, right? And maybe it has a commission of 20%. So the first sale, right, nets us $100, right, because it's 100% commission. So you get the $100 back, and then its subscription is paid for because it's a renewing sale, right, like just like the first one. So now let's say we got another 10 sales of O Product 2 that month, all of them renewing, right? So that's going to give us $100 for the first sale. It's going to give us since 10 sales at $100 is $1,000 and 20% of that is 200 or 1/5, right? Then we earned another $300. 200 of that is monthly residual. You're seeing how this all works, right? So when products fit into this scenario, it's something that Mr. Mufara called, or somebody called, I think it was Mr. Mufara, called it one and done. Not all products are like this. They don't all fit so nice and neat into this little scenario. For some products, there's not going to be any charge at all, right? So if there's no charge for a product, in other words, if it's free, then no commission is going to be paid to anyone for the product because it's never sold. It's free. Some products may have a free trial, and a charge might occur once that trial ends if they agreed to pay the subscription. Who knows, right? Some subscriptions might be weekly or monthly or yearly or whatever. I mean, we really don't know time frames yet, so it's all good. I mean, it's going to work out the way it is, and it'll work out good for us. So now, when I went through the video on the YouTube channel, Michael's video, there was a guy down at the bottom there had a couple of questions that I thought were okay. These probably should be clarified a little bit. And the first one said, or the first comment said, some leaders are saying that our income was going to start without purchasing the package, and the income was going to be held until we did purchase the package. On the other hand, he said that some leaders were saying that the income was going to start only after purchasing the package. So he asked us to clear that up a bit. So let me put it this way. Like I said earlier, we have to own, quote unquote, own the product. In other words, we have to pay the subscription before we can earn commissions for its sale. In some instances, we're going to be able to use a product without paying for it. In such cases, we may see potential earning accrue that we cannot access, right? Once we pay the subscription for the product, we will then be able to access those earnings, and those earnings will have resulted from sales of that product. So there was another scenario where he said, the guy in the comments said that he had heard in a webinar that any working people can resign their job. Resign their job, right? Once OMail and OConnect is rolled out. And wanted to know if that was true. And I'm like, I can't imagine why anybody would say that, since we don't know what the cost of the products are, or what the cost for the commissions are going to be, or what we're earning in commissions. We don't know what the commissions payable for the sales of those products are, or any products, come to think of it. So there's no basis on which we could predict income enough to say that as soon as they launch, you can quit your job. I would not quit my job until my earnings were able to support me to the level that I wanted to be living. So I think I'd probably use some common sense there and say, don't don't quit your day job, not just yet. Wait until you're earning enough where you're being supported and you're living the lifestyle you want. And then if you want to tell your 9 to 5 goodbye, tell it goodbye. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a good short video. Um, if you have any questions, get a hold of some leaders. If there's anything that we can do for you, let me know. You've got my email address. You've got the YouTube channel here. I am sure that things are really going to start moving at light speed here pretty quickly. And I know over the last month, Mr. Bufara has given us some incredible information, lots of stuff to chew on. So right now, we're just waiting for us to move in to the next couple of phases, get the marketing going, get things happening. We're looking forward to partnering with BN Sports for the live streaming of the World Cup. And by then, we will have been well on our way. So I wish the best for you. And if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. And regardless of whatever you do, all of us in ONPASSIVE just wish blessing and blessing upon you and upon your entire family for your entire future. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful day.